Not half the man he used to be, he's lost enough weight.
That's right. I'm halfway there. Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity, allowing me the time to speak to you today. As I was preparing for this, I was thinking about how blessed we are that so many other countries' citizens don't have this opportunity to speak to their officials. I came to Paulding County to work in the winter of 1986 and 87. We moved here in the summer of 1989. Paulding County is our home and will continue to be our home. I remember going into the old Ingalls one night and paying with a check. It was drawn on my bank in South Carolina, and the young lady there on the cash register, I assume she was a high school student, asked me, said, what was I doing here? And I said, I came here to work, which she replied, no one comes to Paulding County to work. I left feeling that she really didn't believe me.
Did she take your check?
She took my check.
Okay.
I came here to build a concrete plant when Paulding County had 17,000 residents, one red light, one high school, and 600 miles of unpaved road. I hope our commissioners don't get calls now about school buses blocking dirt roads. Some here today might remember opposition to concrete plants and rock quarries. Pubby, you might remember Fly Rock Bill. You wrote about him many times. Today I wish to say that Earl Duncan and Dewey Penley were men of great vision. Then came apartments. Many of you might know, might not know. Where there had been 176 apartments planned, there's now Kohl's and Target set on that property. And then we had PRDs, planned residential developments. You as a board are dealing with the fallout from that period in our history. Paulding County certainly is not the same as it was in 1986. However, the rapid growth of the 1990s and early 2000s resulted in some great people moving here. Many of those are in this room today. I'll be the first to say our local government is by far staffed with a more professional group or team than we had in 1986. Saturday, I was extremely impressed to hear our visiting judge complimenting our legal counsel for their professionalism. Today, with over 150,000 residents, we have the responsibility to grow our industrial base and develop much needed good jobs. With a downturn in the economy, I'm sure that you are left scrambling, searching for answers on how to accomplish this. As our elected leaders of our community, you're tasked with making good decisions that benefit our entire community. Attracting the new Wellstar Hospital and Interroll was gigantic wins. Mr. Chairman, I believe the first time that my wife ever spoke to you was at Jones Restaurant one Saturday morning during your first run for office. My wife had great concerns that our planned new hospital in Hyden was moving to the north end of the county. I've repeated your response to Mona many times. Wellstar needs to build what they have promised here in Hyden. Then they can build anything, anywhere else that they wish to. My wife was scared her hospital was moving, and you calmed her fears. Because of recent decisions, we find many of our citizens divided. We're finding ourselves on different sides of the fence with our neighbors, our family members, and many of our long-term friends regarding what we feel are our best avenues to best accomplish a balance for our growing population. While I do not claim to understand the workings or decisions that must be made by our appointed and elected officials, I do not think this environment of division provides a healthy environment for our citizens or leaders. I hope we can find ways to build a stronger and more united community, working together for the betterment of all. I hope to see all appointed and elected officials be more open, honest, and transparent with all decisions. Now, I'm not asking you to reveal any details that could jeopardize or derail potential job creators, but for you as leaders to ask for citizens' input regarding potential agreements where they will impact our quality of life and long-term tax liabilities before finalizing decisions. Sometimes we must step back and see the picture from the perspective of our critics to really understand how they feel and understand their fears. Like Mona was scared about the hospital moving north, she needed assurance someone was aware of her fears. She would never have asked the question. I'm almost finished. She would never have asked the question without me knowing that you would be at either Jones or Martin's that morning. And she wondered why we pulled into Martin's and I decided abruptly for us to go to Jones. But you listen to her. I realize there will always be ones not happy with each decision. I do feel understanding and listening to their concerns is the first step towards hearing our fractured community. Only then will we rise to a level of better understanding. I appreciate this opportunity to speak today.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.